Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is a beautifully chaotic day in the soap universe, and we are absolutely ready to dive deep into the latest drama unfolding in Genoa City. Okay, I literally cannot believe this. Can we please process this mess together? Might delete this later, but I seriously can't stay silent about this anymore. Listen, I am operating on 0 hours of sleep. I just hit record at 3 a.m. and my brain is basically a scrambled egg of pure, unadulterated soap opera chaos. This grueling, decade-long journey has finally pushed me over the edge, and I am ditching the script. I am breaking all the filters. We are going completely raw today because I am overflowing with absolute psychic damage, and I need the digital hive mind to witness my existential collapse. Please tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Look, there are absolute legends carrying this entire narrative journey on their shoulders. And then there are certain people who are single-handedly testing my sanity, dragging my vibe into the mud. And I am going to call every single one of them out right now. Unbelievable, guys. What's going on here? Seriously, what is happening in Genoa City right now? Basically, we need to talk about Audra Charles, Noah Newman, and the absolute queen of the hour, Sienna Bacall. Suddenly, out of absolutely nowhere, Sienna has decided she is done playing the victim. She is done being the collateral damage in Audra's twisted, low-key obsession with Noah. Sienna is launching a full-scale counterattack, and it is a total game changer. But wait, before we get into Sienna's major flex, we, honestly, have to look at the sheer, unmitigated audacity of Audra Charles. Listen, Audra is currently running around town acting like she has a heart-hugging Holden Novak at the coffee house because Malcolm is getting discharged from the hospital. Look, I get it. The trauma of what happened with Amy Lewis's illness is triggering for her. It makes her vulnerable. But honestly, does vulnerability give you a free pass to terrorize your ex's new relationship? No, it does not. Suddenly, the conversation shifts to Noah Newman opening his new nightclub, the Shadow Room, and Audra, with a completely straight face, admits she is going to be there on opening night. I am screaming. I am literally shouting at my monitor right now. Holden Novak, bless his deeply suspicious soul, looks at her and basically asks if she really wants to start a war with Sienna Bacall and invite all this unnecessary drama into her life. Holden knows. Holden is the audience stand-in right now. He knows that Audra is still deeply, pathologically obsessed with Noah. She is hovering around his life like a dark cloud, constantly applying pressure, constantly interfering, and basically trying to assert her dominance over Sienna. It is a toxic feedback loop of transcendent hype and absolute narrative betrayal, and I am honestly, so sick of Audra thinking she can just waltz in and manipulate everyone without consequences. But listen, this is where the vibe redlines. This is where we hit absolute terminal velocity. Sienna Bacall has finally snapped. For weeks, months, whatever, Sienna has had to endure Audra's passive-aggressive remarks, her strategic appearances, her constant suffocating pressure. Audra has been trying to gaslight Sienna into thinking she isn't good enough for Noah, trying to wedge herself back into Noah's orbit under the guise of just being supportive or just checking out the new club. Look, Sienna is not an idiot. She sees right through the corporate shark facade. Sienna has reached her absolute breaking point, and instead of crumbling, instead of running away crying, she is choosing violence. Well, psychological and social violence. And honestly, it is the most satisfying character evolution I have seen in years. Whoa, wait, I've really gone off chasing butterflies into another dimension here. Let me catch my breath. Bringing the signal back, let's stick to the script. Or, well, the lack of a script. Wait, am I being too harsh on Audra? Like, basically, she is dealing with real trauma regarding the whole Amy Lewis illness thing, so maybe her acting out is just a trauma response? No, scratch that. I am contradicting myself because my brain is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour and the coffee hasn't kicked in. Audra's trauma does not excuse her targeted harassment of Sienna. It just doesn't. You can be sad about Malcolm and Amy and still be a terrible person to your ex's current girlfriend. Those two things can coexist. Look, I am just organizing my thoughts in real time here, but times, honestly, Audra deserves everything that is coming to her. So let's deep dive into the mechanics of Sienna's retaliation. Sienna isn't just going to confront Audra in a bathroom and throw a drink in her face. No, that is amateur hour. Sienna is orchestrating a masterclass in social warfare. By deciding to strike back right as the shadow room is generating massive online buzz, Sienna is weaponizing Noah's success against Audra. Audra wants to show up at the grand reopening and play the cool, unbothered ex. Sienna is going to make sure Audra is exposed for the desperate, lingering shadow that she actually is. This counterattack is designed to isolate Audra, to put her in an incredibly difficult position where any move she makes will make her look like the crazy, obsessed stalker she is currently borderline acting like. Sienna is flipping the script, taking control of the narrative, and times trapping Audra in a corner. Where is Noah in all of this? Listen, I love Noah, I really do, but the man is completely oblivious. He is at Crimson Lights talking to Nick and Sharon about how much online traction the club is getting. He is practically vibrating with excitement over his grand reopening, completely unaware that his new club is about to become ground zero for World War III. Sharon and Nick are busy worrying about Phyllis and Victor's weird psychological test on Matt, and meanwhile, Noah is just blindly walking into a catastrophic showdown between his current love and his toxic ex. Suddenly, I feel so bad for him, but also, look, open your eyes, my guy. How do you not see the tension? How do you not see Audra circling like a shark? It is a low-key obsession for me to watch Noah just blissfully ignore the massive red flags waving right in front of his face. Basically, Sienna's retaliatory move is going to hit Audra where it hurts the most, her pride. Audra prides herself on being untouchable, on being the smartest person in the room. But right now, her emotional armor is cracked. The Malcolm situation, the Amy Lewis memories, Holden saw right through her tough exterior. He saw the vulnerability. And if Holden can see it, Sienna can definitely exploit it. When Sienna launches her counterattack, she isn't just attacking the confident Audra, she is striking a woman who is already emotionally compromised. This is what makes it a total game changer. Audra is going to be caught completely off guard. She expects Sienna to cower, to be intimidated by her presence at the club. Instead, Sienna is going to stand her ground, look Audra dead in the eye, and dismantle her entire facade. It is going to be epic. I am literally shaking just thinking about the fallout. Wait, why are we like this? Why do we invest so much of our emotional stability into these fictional characters? I don't know, but I am honestly times here for it. The impending doom at the Shadow Room is giving me life. When Audra walks through those doors expecting to command the room and Sienna executes her trap, the shift in power dynamics is going to be legendary. Audra is going to find herself alienated, exposed, and pushed into a corner with no easy way out. She can't play the victim because Holden already warned her. He literally told her not to start drama. If she complains, everyone will just point out that she brought this entirely on herself by refusing to let Noah go. Look, when you really step back and look at the macro level narrative of Genoa City right now, everything is vibrating with this intense, chaotic frequency. You have Victor Newman playing twisted psychological games with Matt at the ranch. You have Phyllis Summers completely spiraling after Daniel Romalotti rejected her at Society. And Sharon is desperately trying to keep Phyllis from going completely off the deep end. And right in the middle of all this heavy legacy tier drama, we have this absolute powder keg of a love triangle ready to detonate at the Shadow Room. It is basically times the perfect storm of soap opera excellence. Audra thinks she is the apex predator of this town, a corporate shark who can manipulate Holden, toy with Noah, and steamroll Sienna without breaking a sweat. But Sienna's retaliation is the reality check that Audra desperately needs. It is the narrative balance being restored. I am honestly just sitting here staring at my wall, completely overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the psychic damage this show is inflicting on me. But I wouldn't have it any other way. In conclusion, because I feel like I am about to pass out from sheer adrenaline and sleep deprivation. Sienna Bacall is the hero we didn't know we needed. She is taking the fight to the ultimate manipulator and showing us all how it's done. Audra Charles is about to learn a very harsh, very public lesson about boundaries and the consequences of relentless interference. This dynamic is a major flex for the writers, and I am low-key obsessed with every single second of it. I am going to be glued to my screen, analyzing every micro-expression, every passive-aggressive comment, and every single moment of this glorious, chaotic retaliation. Let me know in the comments if you are spiraling as hard as I am, because I seriously cannot handle this level of hype alone. We are witnessing history, people.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.